Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Second Time Lucky Mining channel. In today's video, I'll take you guys through my recent rebuild of my mining rig. Probably asking why am I rebuilding, but for those of you that are new to the channel, I bought a second-hand mining rig off Facebook Marketplace. It had a 3060 Ti LHR in and a 2070. But unfortunately, as soon as I started adding more GPUs, I started running into all sorts of issues. And after hours and hours of troubleshooting in the BIOS and changing all sorts of components, I decided to rebuild. And in today's video, I'll take you through what did I change and what is the results of that changes. I'll also share some of the findings and lessons learned throughout the rebuilding process. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the changes that I made. First one being the motherboard. So let me take you through the motherboard that I've shown. So for the motherboard, I went with the Asus Prime Z590-P/CSM model, or the corporate stable model. It's more of a gaming motherboard, but ordinarily I would go for a mining motherboard, but they are either difficult to get or just way too expensive at the moment. For this specific motherboard though, on a mining front, there is actually 4 PCIe slots, so one here, there, third and 4. However, on top of that, there's also an extra 3 M.2 PCIe slots, so one here, there and another one tucked away in there. So what's nice is you can convert those M.2 spots into more PCIe ports. So theoretically, without doing any splitters, you could get 7 graphics cards running out of this one motherboard. The next change that I made was on the power supply front. So I swapped out the Silverstone 1000 watt platinum power supply with its equivalent 1200 watt power supply, and this was mainly done from a safety and headroom perspective. I didn't really absolutely need to do that, but it's always nice to have more wattage to your disposal. The last change that I made was on the boot drive. When I bought the miner, it had the boot drive as an NVMe SSD, which in my case is not really ideal because I'd like to use those M.2 slots for extra GPUs. Hence, I slotted out I got a replacement SATA SSD for a boot drive. Okay, so let's jump into the components and the build and share some lessons learned out of the process. I uncovered a little secret. The person that I bought the rig from never took off the sticker under the CPU cooler and left it there for me. I'm surprised that it even cooled, to be honest. This is a big no-no. Okay, so now that you guys have seen what it looks like, let's see how it performs. So let me jump into HiveOS. Okay, here we are in HiveOS. So I'm actually recording this a day after that I did the build. So you've got a good view of what the performance has been for at least a good couple of 12 hours at least. So you can see here I've got the 5 graphics cards, the 2070, a 6800 and two 6800 XTs, and then the RTX A4000. It's a hot day outside, so it's quite interesting to see if it can handle the heat. If you've got a keen eye, you'll probably notice that I'm running Phoenix Miner instead of Team Black Miner. Unfortunately, I ran into instability issues with Team Black Miner running the different sets of GPUs, AMD and Nvidia mixed. The other thing that I'm keeping a close eye on is this A4000 at the bottom. It's way hotter and way louder than I would normally like. I've seen other people push this A4000's memory to 3500 comfortably, or even 3800, but for me it's just way too hot. I might think of turning it down slightly from what it is at the moment. From a power consumption and hash rate perspective, HiveOS is claiming about 600 watts, but I've got a meter at the wall that measures the total read consumption at about or just below 750 watts. From a hash rate perspective, the 292 that HiveOS is reporting is consistent with what I can see in the mining pool. Okay guys, so there you have it. That's what the new rig looks like and how it performs. I'll probably look to add one more GPU to the mix. However, I'll probably just be playing with the overclocks for now. If you'd like the video, please smash the like button. If you didn't, could you please specify in the comments what you would like me to change? Otherwise, that is it for this one. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.